writer.
Okay.
Welcome back to week 4. This week we discuss everything. Prepare to be floored. Oculus taking on all of your money, taking all of your money. Bill Nye loses a spacecraft. The Terminator future becoming closer to reality. Dodge releases a teaser for a new concept car. Apple employs secret cars around the United States, and the world of Google today. Who will win the money for the arms race for your money? Shut yourself in a closet and suck your thumb. It won't be a pretty fight. This is the TechnoCola podcast, episode 3, titled "The Crew is Back." What's up, guys?
Hey.
Not much.
We have a new one on the show today. John
Hello.
Coffee, JD Coffee,
How's it going?
and then we have our returning members, Gaurav Patel, and Brandon Wolf. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
Hey.
So, before we get started, is there any new things that you guys want to bring up in your lives? Anything worth mentioning?
No.
I finally got a job, so, hopefully I won't have to stick with this crap laptop webcam for long.
Yeah. It would help. Not dissing your webcam or anything, but
No,
I mean, I'd like to see your head move more than a couple inches before your
yeah,
camera
that would be kind of
stutters.
nice,
Yeah,
Instead of,
it is useful.
Yeah. JD, I think since you're the new one on the show, I had the other guys and myself talk about the rig that we're running. So if you want to give us like a 30-second run through of your setup, that'd be cool.
Okay. Well, you want the setup or the rig? So 2 different things.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
30 seconds, whatever you want.
Well, the computer I'm running is one that I just built a couple weeks ago. It's running an Intel 5820K, 6-core, 16 gigs of RAM with an Asus motherboard. It has a 980 from EVGA, the super clocked edition, few hard drives, and an EVGA power supply. I'm running 2 monitors, as well as the microphone is an AT2020 Plus from Audio-Technica, and my headphones are the ATH M50Xs.
I love
So for those of you that don't speak computer jargon, that means badass.
Sorry, I'm kind of used to it.
No. I was hoping you'd do that so I could say that. Yeah, his computer's a lot better than mine, and mine is pretty good to start
And
with.
mine.
Yeah.
I've only got 12 gigs of RAM.
Thanks to the STEP program.
Yeah.
I
geez.
really wish that I'd known about that. I'm so
Yeah.
upset about that.
Yeah. I remember telling you about that.
Yeah,
and
you
were
told me about
super
it after
bummed.
class one day, and I was just like, oh, no.
Jeez.
Such a wasted opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I rebuilt my computer anyway this year.
Yeah.
Oh, did
even
you?
without it.
Oh, yeah, you put a
over,
9
over winter break, I put a 970 in it, got a 4690K, 8 more gigs of RAM,
Nice.
terabyte hard drive, and just bunch of nice stuff. Pretty much everything but my terrible monitor.
Oh well. Well, you'll make money. You'll be able to upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
minimum wage retail job. Eventually get there.
Eventually. All right, let's go ahead and get started here, guys.
Yeah.
The first topic of the day is the Oculus Rift launch, scheduled for Q1 of 2016, and apparently the price tag associated to the computer that you're going to have to be running in order to power it.
Yeah.
$1,500.
It's going to be obnoxious.
Yeah, well, so that's including the Oculus Rift, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a complete
Oh.
Rift system, including the computer. So I'm gonna assume that the Rift is gonna be like $400 to $500. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
it
need...
says
It says 2
that,
to 400 in the article.
Oh, okay.
It said that
Okay.
would leave about $600 as the cost for the Oculus headset itself.
Yeah. It's
Oculus
it's definitely going to
suggested-
take a powerful PC to drive this thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's what, 2... What
I mean,
are
more
the
so,
resolution
it's
screens
just
for
the
that?
graphics card, won't it?
It's 2160
but that's
by
generally-
1080 or something, I believe.
So it's a significant
yeah.
amount of pixels that it needs to power.
I mean, I think-
What about... Sorry.
What? No, go ahead.
I was wondering, what about like the HTC Vive? Have they put out any info on
Ah,
what they're gonna need? Because
I assume
don't
it's
they
similar.
have like 1440p screens in theirs?
1440.
Yeah, I want to say that they had really.
Oh, there it is. 2160 by 1200 at 90 hertz.
Is that
going
the
to-
Oculus or the
That's
Vive?
the Oculus.
Gotcha.
90 hertz though.
Yeah, it's you'd need a
That's
heck
what
of a
I'm getting
computer for
now.
that.
I think anything with like a newer graphics card, plenty of extra power, we shouldn't have too much problems.
Yeah, I want to say that they were
running
shooting
it.
for like the 970 range, right?
Yeah, it's about what you'd need.
Yeah,
I mean,
it can't
yeah.
be that much more than what most enthusiast class computers already carry.
I mean, it's
And I mean,
Yeah.
if you're getting an Oculus,
Yeah.
then I'm
Yeah,
assuming you
exactly.
have a good computer.
If you're gonna be an early adopter.
it's roughly half the size of a 4K monitor. So
Yeah, two 1080. If you can
Okay.
if you can game on two 1080p displays,
pretty
I
much.
wonder how
Really good.
hot it's going to get.
Ooh.
Mm.
Like
The
you know, like
Oculus?
you put it. I mean, I'm already one of those people whose head sweats more than any other body part. I don't want to be like sitting there and take it off and suddenly like
Maybe
what
they'll
is all
release an
this
attachment
wetness?
with like a fan on it.
just have
blow
a
your
fan running in the
face.
back,
Yeah.
liquid cooling for your face.
Yeah.
Oh
That'd be
jeez,
great.
just pipes everywhere around your face.
It needs like
I mean,
an
somebody
external
probably will
mounting
do that.
system.
Get a
Oh, yeah.
bicycle helmet. Put some of
Oh,
those
yeah.
fans like running through the.
You know, I'm
Vents.
really glad that these don't look absolutely ridiculous.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
like I mean
Yeah.
they're they're still kind of big, but I mean that obviously it's gonna need
Yeah.
to be.
Well,
I think the Vive looks a lot cooler. Just
Yeah, with all the
aesthetically.
Mhm.
It looks like
Yeah,
something that
definitely
came
looks
out of a video game.
I can't see these being used for long, extensive periods, though. So I don't know
My
how
eyes
much.
would
Try.
I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna
it's going to happen,
try
but
to. Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, how long do you guys sit and game, like on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I played Counter Strike
4
for
to
like an hour and a
5
half
hours
this morning.
on like
5?
an average day.
5 hours?
I'm a gamer at heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like I can sit and play like Binding of Isaac or Skyrim or anything for
Oh yeah.
hours.
I played Witcher when I first downloaded it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
for 4 or 5 hours. But
Oh yeah,
I'll
no, I
take
just could
breaks.
not
Like if I'm
stop.
playing Counter Strike, which is what I mostly do.
Yeah.
I'll play like for an hour, 2 hours, and I'll go like not play,
Mhm.
and then come back.
I mean, when I get a new game, I'll sit there and play for like 3 hours, but then after that, it's usually like an hour, hour and a half kind of increments.
I mean, I've got like a ton of free time right now, so I generally
True.
have 5 to 6 hours that I need to kill.
Mhm.
So I just like
True.
pick a random game and just play.
I think it'll really depend on what developers implement. Because if they implement like Skyrim in the Oculus Rift, then yeah, I could probably sit there playing that thing for multiple
Man,
hours.
that
But
would be so
like,
awesome.
it all
If
depends on what
Bethesda
games.
doesn't do it, there's probably going to be some sort of mod for it. Like,
Whatever next
Just-
Skyrim-ish game in the Elder Scrolls series needs to have Oculus
Yeah.
support, because that'd be gorgeous.
yeah, that would
There
be
is-
fantastic.
There's this other technology. I was watching a video about it, where it looks like kind of like a band you wear around your wrist and closer to your elbow,
Mhm.
and it allows you to track motion, like for your
Mhm.
hands.
Yeah, I
The
think I
Mayo.
saw that too.
Right?
Is that what it's called?
The Mayo band?
I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah,
it'd be sweet if
I
you
think
paired
so.
it.
Yeah, the Mayo
Mhm.
armband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are
Something
already
like
working on pairing the Oculus with a bunch of different stuff, just to try to get
I
that
wanna
deeper
get that,
level of immersion.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I want to get that like omnidirectional treadmill.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, it'd be such a huge waste of money, but it would
Is
be
it-
so cool.
That would be
Is
really
it
cool.
omnidirectional, or is it that thing where you're kind of like you're standing in like
Oh yeah,
a...
it's not a
a
treadmill.
ring?
You're right. It's
Like you're in a
Yeah, it's
donut.
Mhm.
Yeah. What is that called?
I can't
A
remember.
donut?
No. Yeah. I mean, it's a... Yeah.
Oh, the Virtuix Omni is what it is.
That one.
Yeah, that's
That
what I was
one.
thinking. Yeah. I
Um,
It'd be
want
cool to
one
experience.
so badly.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I'd want
it
to spend
would.
the money to install it somewhere.
No, I'm never
Yeah.
going to, but you know, if there was ever like a raffle for it, I'd buy like 100.
A raffle.
Yeah, you know, they.
I don't know where I'd
Just
put it.
giving them
Crap
away.
off.
I'd have to build a gaming room in our house.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm actually
Like,
taking the spare bedroom in my house next week and
just
clearing out
taking
all
it.
the crap and wall mounting our
Conquest.
extra TV and stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
Putting my PS4 in there because
It's
Don't
only
have a beanbag. I'm gonna be disappointed.
I don't think I have room for a beanbag right now.
Uh-huh.
It's
I'm-
only $700, which is kind of
Oh, really?
cheap. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean the
If-
pre-order is $700.
So it's like it's maybe less than 2 Oculus Rifts.
Well, I'd just be
Yeah.
concerned about the.
Multiplayer with Oculus Rifts are going to be awesome.
It's gonna be obnoxious. I just think the installation cost is gonna be obnoxious for the multi-directional.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of space.
And power. You're probably gonna
Yeah.
need one of those specialized industrial outlets
Mm.
to run everything in the same place at once.
Yeah, unless they pull a Tesla and make it super efficient at draining power from everything.
It looks like it's also dependent on your shoe size and your like waist size.
Ooh.
So
You
for
got,
all
like,
the
a
parents,
adjustable?
so for all the parents out there that are going to buy these for their kids when they're 12,
Hmm.
you're going to get a good like year and a half use out of it.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
So
That's
Really?
weird. Is it like, are the ridges on the bottom part like adjusted for your shoe size or something? You can't adjust
Maybe.
it yourself?
I don't know. I think it just said like there's a shoe size listing from 4 to 15. So I mean, it might just be the size of the thing in
Oh,
general.
you know what? No, I think you'll just need to buy new shoes. Like you got to wear specific shoes for it, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they sell Virtuix Omni shoes on their website. So I think they've got a specific
Omni
kind of like
shoes.
sole.
Oh, you're right.
So if-
Conductive or something, maybe?
Yeah, you'll need to spend $60 on new shoes when your kids grow out of them, but
Can you wear them?
and
Outside?
$80 on a new waistband. You could, but I don't
Don't.
think I would.
Don't.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
not, but
like-
I'm just I wonder if they're just regular shoes and then they have some sort of conductive sole or
man.
something.
You could get
Or
like
if it's just
Either way, if you're buying this for your kid, please donate to our college funds because I'm
Yeah.
sure they
Yeah.
right.
we could use
My
that.
head perked up.
Oh, I'll open a Patreon.
I will
Jeez.
handwrite letters to you on a monthly basis, updating you with my
Heck.
grades.
I'll
I
call
date
you mom.
Daily basis.
Yeah, right.
Oh, jeez. And then it looks like you can also have to buy Virtuix Omni tracking pods. You can get
What
a
are
separate
those?
harness also, and an Omni rack.
Gotta buy the
Which-
entire
you
holds-
put
ecosystem.
those on your feet too.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what the shoes are needed for, is to attach the pods to. But I think the pods can go. Yeah, the pods go on any size shoe.
Why can't people just
So you'll
sell?
just need new shoes
Why can't people just sell the entire package when they're selling like an item?
with like every size of
I
shoes.
think
everything
that
you
might
need.
be the 700, right? Maybe it's included. It says features.
Yeah, maybe it includes a single set of features. Include.
Yeah, the package
this
includes
package.
it includes everything. So the 700
but
up front
so-
gives you everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't buy it for your kids.
Yeah.
Buy it for you.
Or just buy your kids size 12 shoes.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
could just like fall
Stuff
off.
it with
100%.
toilet paper or something and be like.
Honestly,
deal
though,
with it.
like how? Oh, is it adjustable height? Okay, it looks like it is. Because
That I
think
what if you're
should
too
be.
short? What if the things around your neck
That animation
have a
on the
strong
first
neck.
screen,
work too well?
on the home screen of the Virtuix page,
The guy at
that's
the
one
top.
heck of an animation.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh man, my 10 megabit internet is not liking this while my brother's playing TF2.
Ooh. Yeah, good
Uh,
thing we're not streaming video. That probably wouldn't
Yeah,
work.
right.
That'd be rough.
That didn't work last week when it was just you and me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it was. And I was pretty
Oh,
proud
it's
of
just
my
you
internet,
two last
but
week?
yeah.
Oh, I'm
But it
sorry.
was-
I thought you
no.
guys would have had a third person.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Did you guys hear about the driver that drove with a Rift on him? They had like a
Mhm.
PC in the back, and they
Austin Evans.
Yeah. Austin
Was,
Evans put out a video about it. So go check
It
out
was-
Austin Evans. He's a tech YouTuber, and he put out a video of him and a professional driver driving around on like a test track somewhere, with the driver having a, I think it was actually the DK2 of the Rift on the driver's face while he's driving. So they're like rendering all this real time. It's crazy.
They just have like a PC in the back of the car.
Yep.
Yeah, it had like a 980 in it, and like I think the general idea was that it
was a
from what I saw, there was like the ground was falling out underneath him, and he was like having to like drive around obstacles on this like
pretty
closed.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's just
really
like a
cool.
really big open lot,
Yeah.
and they just like put some random. That's actually awesome.
Yeah. But they just show him like this random track that he has to drive around and like do crazy like 180-degree reverses and just go watch the
pretty
video.
cool.
It's pretty neat. And just the fact that the
knows?
latency is so low that they can do that and not have fear of him driving off the course. It's pretty cool.
Who knows? Maybe at one point, everyday people will have access to that, or you could pay to go experience that. But
Who knows? One day we might not
Wow.
have to have the driver.
True.
Carl
Well, I
just
mean,
do it
you
himself.
being the driver.
Ah, yeah.
You know, I wonder if the Omni shoes are true to size. Because, like, what if you order your normal size and they don't fit? Can you send it back?
Probably. There's probably like an RMA process for that.
I'm sure there is. I mean, there's no way that you could not, especially since it's waist size dependent as well.
Yeah.
Like,
$80 for a plastic cup holder, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
For the Omnirac. All right.
I think I'd just make it myself at that point.
Yeah, right? I'd just put like a coat hanger on it. And just...
Probably just put a desk next to the thing. I mean,
Yeah,
just
called it a day.
I'm sure you could.
I
put it
wonder
next
if-
to an end table.
You could
as
probably
far as their
fit a-
shoes go, I wonder if they make their own shoes or if they just repurpose from another company. Because that's a
Well,
lot
I mean,
of setup to have for a part.
They're embroidered with the Omni
Embroidered.
logo.
Right, but I mean, like you can probably like buy them in bulk from another company.
Honestly, you could probably just get your own shoes resold with
That's
whatever
true,
it is
yeah.
they use, if it's like widely available.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why they would use some weird proprietary patented shoe soles when all you really need is like a smooth surface, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, can you nail this plastic into the bottom of my shoes? Thanks.
I'm really surprised they're only marketing it to like gamers. I'm surprised they're not marketing it to like, I don't know, health enthusiasts who want to like go run in the mountains or go run.
I don't think you
Out
can
on the
run on
beach.
this.
Yeah, I think they're pretty specific purposed. I'm sure that they would wear out. I mean, depending again
I mean, it looks like they
about
like
where they source it from.
in some of the videos I've seen, they like jog.
Right,
and,
but I mean,
like,
it's on a
you know, when
specialized
they're
surface.
playing, like, yeah.
So
I just haven't
I don't
seen
know.
the thing working, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, when they can like make the like running surface feel like different terrain, you know, like make it feel like you're walking up a hill and
Yeah.
stuff. That's when this will be super cool.
Yeah, okay, in
They-
100 years.
They actually have a
I
video
don't
of some
know.
guy playing Skyrim on this thing with an Oculus Rift. So
Yeah.
that's
I think
already happening.
So in order
It'll
to
be-
jump, do you have to jump? Because
Maybe you
like,
just have to
getting
make,
up
like, a
mountain in
motion.
Skyrim would like suck. on
like
this
a
thing.
like a bounce motion instead of actually jumping.
Yeah, you just
It-
sort of.
Yeah,
bounce
it looks like he has a controller though, so I'm sure
okay.
he just uses that to jump. I don't know. I'd,
Well, for the
I'd risk
See,
it.
I want to hold
for-
like a plastic sword,
Yeah,
and, you know,
Like one
and
of
just,
those,
like, swing it
toys for the
wildly.
Wii.
yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, you just get a.
for the
Oh,
full
yeah.
launch for the whole setup, we're probably gonna have to wait till 2016 anyway. So
Yeah.
you have plenty of time to save up for the PC
Yeah.
and the Omni and the Oculus. But
2016 Black Friday. Everybody's
Yeah.
renting trucks
There
to
you go.
take this thing home.
yeah,
I don't know,
alrighty.
it looks like it could be
Oh.
like flat packed, like IKEA style. You know,
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
assemble
Yeah.
at home.
Allen keys.
Next topic.
Yeah, I was trying to find a good
Sorry.
way to slowly push us off.
Sometimes you just
Clap.
have to jump
And
into it.
we'll switch.
All right, next up we have Bill Nye's light sail spacecraft is gone. Maybe.
So sad.
The
Right,
basic idea behind this was that Bill Nye, I think, like, I don't know if he engineered or if it was his idea,
I
but
think he funded
there's
it.
there's a spacecraft that was launched on the 20th of May, which it's a
10.
tiny little, it's a what's it called? It
Sail,
revolves around
solar
the Earth.
sail.
Yeah, it's a
Satellite?
satellite. Yeah, satellite.
Yeah.
And it's basically a tiny satellite powered by huge solar sails. And what ended up happening was that it stopped getting solar energy, so it's been floating.
Did it like rotate the wrong way, or?
I don't know. It doesn't say, but
The article you linked to us says that it had a computer malfunction.
Yeah, it's
So,
a
like,
software glitch. Removed the
There's,
cap.
there's
like-
a possibility of it rebooting, so
If something hits it,
that could be nice.
right? If light,
so
hits
like
it.
it's probably running Vista, but
Why don't we send? Yeah, right. Why don't we send another satellite up and aim for it and just hit
Aim for the
hit
reset
power
button.
That'd be a
360 no scope the satellite with another satellite.
Yes.
I mean, we landed on a comet.
Asteroid?
that'd be a
But that was like a
dangerous-
12-year mission.
Yeah,
or
no, I
something
mean it was
baggage.
huge, but I'm
Mm.
sure that this thing will.
I mean,
Well, why not
Yeah.
just use the second one?
It says right here, the only solution
Yeah.
scientists could think of right now is to push the manual reset button,
Yeah.
which
Here's
isn't
Here's
realistic.
the thing. If you knew that it wasn't going to be realistic, why did you put a manual reset button on the thing?
Yeah,
Well, maybe it was for during testing, like on.
Maybe
the
it
ground.
was supposed to come back.
Well, that's fine, but you wouldn't need to hit it in space, right? Like, I'm sure that. I mean,
or they could put like another little robot on it that's not gonna fail,
yeah,
and
just
send
has-
that one a
yeah.
signal to push the reset button.
Well, I mean, all of it has to do with weight. It's how much weight can you really afford to push first
Right.
into orbit.
Mhm.
I think that's the big issue. Because
Get
I
out of
mean,
here with your realistic issues.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, they should have put a second robot on that.
Yeah,
And then, like,
spend another few
A
tens
backup
of thousands of
spaceship
dollars for the extra
on the
pound.
spaceship.
Yeah, they should have thrown in like a 5960X and a couple Titan X's, and I mean, that thing could never fail.
It's close. It's cold up there, right? You don't even need any cooling solutions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's done. Everything's good.
Just in case
I
you
don't know. I thought it was hilarious that Bill Nye's name. I think the fact that so this article is from The Verge, and I'm pretty confident in saying that Bill Nye's name was attached to this article because of the fact that it's Bill Nye, and everyone was like, "Whoa,
Oh yeah.
light
Bill,
sail
Bill,
spacecraft!"
Well, I mean,
Bill Nye?
he was like a huge like open supporter of this
Oh, yeah.
project,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It just that his name was said once, and it was the first thing, and that was it.
Yep.
Yep.
It was
Well-
never mentioned again.
Well, so did
I
you
mean, that's
hear
kind of
about...
the grab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say what?
Did you hear about The Verge testing the wrong version of the new Photos app on Android though?
Yep.
That was kind of hilarious.
Good job, Verge.
And then the whole Apple fanboy argument, which I do have to buy into
Yeah.
because
Didn't they say like at one point like, well, it's an Android phone, so whatever. When it's like 90% of smartphones
yeah,
are Android.
Yeah.
Like.
and I
There's
mean
not that much, but like a ridiculous
I have
number.
to say, 90% sounds a little high.
I want to say, it was closer to like 75 or 80, because they have over 1 billion Android phones like
Mhm.
sold,
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
but
which is
yeah, they announced $1 billion at I/O.
iOS is
ludicrous.
still pretty big.
Yeah, iOS. I want to say iOS is like 1/5 the size of Android, but it's still the second biggest smartphone
Yeah.
platform. And then BlackBerry or Windows Phone is next at like 1 or 2% of smartphones.
That's a quick little hint towards the wildcard topic for the end of this podcast. Okay, well, cool. I mean, I don't know. Light sail spacecraft, there's not really much to say. I guess at the end of the day, we're just waiting for this thing to hopefully hit some sun again, and then maybe we won't have wasted a lot of money. But
It's a
Well, it's
CubeSat.
a software issue, so I don't think even if it was powered, it
They did
would
say
work.
that there's some way that it'll.
yeah, it
reset
says
itself.
if light sail collides with stray charged particles, it's possible that the hit could provoke a reboot. These types of natural reboots aren't uncommon, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to be losing data, or we'll be missing data
Yeah.
while waiting
Yeah.
for that to
I
happen.
mean,
Okay,
better to have
so-
some data than none.
This light sail thing, it's
Mhm.
not like a custom built. Well, it is, but it's not like a new spaceship. It's a CubeSat, which are these tiny little boxes basically that I think they launched from the ISS.
Mhm.
They could. I don't think it'd be too hard to get another one up there because, like, I'm looking at the Kickstarter project for this thing,
Mhm.
and they had a $200,000 goal, and they made away with what 775,000, a bit
So
more.
they could afford
Yeah.
to do 2 more of those, basically.
I mean,
yeah.
realistically, you could probably start another one, and people would still pay.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
If you put Bill Nye's name on it again?
Yeah.
I think his name's on it. It says he's the president of, or the CEO of the Planetary Society.
Mm.
So that's probably why it probably sounds better to say Bill Nye's project than the
Right.
Planetary
Yeah.
Society wants to send something up. Give
I don't
us
know.
money.
Maybe it was originally his idea to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
You know,
I
maybe
think
it really does belong to him.
I think it's really
his.
cool that they did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate.
I
to
wonder
see
what
that
the
broken.
scaling factor on it is. A CubeSat is relatively small. If you wanted to pull like some sort of habitation capsule or like a spaceship basically, I wonder how
Mhm.
big your sail has to be.
Oh, it's
Is there a
enormous,
ratio?
I'm gonna guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd have to be massive, or you'd
Well,
need
so how
like
big
one or
does
two.
a regular sail have to be to pull a boat? And
I don't
then,
know, like
you know,
500 square feet.
I mean, there
Yeah,
you're
and
dealing
then-
with friction, right?
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. But then you have like no friction and weird solar stuff. I'm gonna guess that it has to be just like freaking huge.
Mm.
Oh,
well, I mean, the sail itself isn't propulsion. It's the light particles it picks up.
Yeah, but the bigger the sail, the more light particles
Right.
it can pick up.
And I mean, it's what it says 344 square foot sail.
For
And I mean,
like,
just from the picture, it looks
yeah,
minuscule compared
Quick
to
Wikipedia article suggests that it's not really the light really that is pushing this thing, but something called radiation pressure.
it. Hmm.
hmm
So it
solar
just
winds.
uses. Actually, I don't. I'm reading it, but I'm not reading
not
it at the same time.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not-
see,
Sounds like
what I
crazy
thought was
stuff.
that it's just picking up these particles, and then there's some type of converter or some sort that's turning it into usable energy to propel the thing. That's what I thought it was, but maybe I'm just
No, it's
wrong.
actually. I think it actually functions as a sail, like
interesting.
space pressure, I guess.
I mean, there is
You know, like-
something in space.
So
Yeah.
okay,
yes, there's a
on
vacuum. but-
space.com, a couple of years ago, they were talking about using solar sails for interstellar flight, and they were saying that an interstellar spacecraft might have to use a solar sail the size of Texas. So I don't know if the math has changed since then.
I
Yeah.
hope
Oh,
somebody forgot to carry the one.
just an.
Well, no, I
Right.
mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense because it's not so much. You could seriously put like a very, very, very tiny engine on a spacecraft, and it would move in
Mhm.
space once you got it up there. It would just move so damn slowly, it wouldn't be of any use to us.
Well,
So
and
like
what,
a Texas-sized sail is probably for like relatively fast travel.
Yeah.
what is the engine propelling against? That's the other
Yeah,
issue.
that's what I was
That's
gonna
why
say.
rockets are a thing, because you're I can't get my words out right now.
Expelling
Yeah,
gas.
you're
out the
expelling
back,
stuff out the
yeah.
back, which makes you go forward. But to power an
Right.
engine to move stuff, it's gonna be inefficient. Oh, and an update on the iPhones versus Android thing. I looked up some numbers. Yes, it's Wikipedia, but they have a couple sources I looked into, and they seemed legit.
Alright.
Android is 1 billion-ish, and iPhones, there have been 700 million iPhone sales. So
Yeah.
it's a little more even than I think we were making it seem.
Yeah,
But,
I
yeah.
was thinking current
Gotcha.
usage though.
Current usage.
Yeah, no,
so it might be a little
they're
different.
definitely probably close now, but I think Android just recently like overtook iPhones in terms of like rate of sale.
That's
Mhm.
possible.
But yeah, so I think in a few more years the gap will widen.
Probably.
I think you can assume that technology users are increasing at like an exponential rate almost.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, especially as like cheaper alternatives.
And especially as the
coming.
younger generation that grew up on tablets starts to come into the
Yeah.
real world. It'll be exciting to see what they have to see what types of things they come up with.
Hmm
Or nothing at all, because they're all busy playing on their iPads.
Valid point.
Alrighty.
No.
So, next up, we have the Terminator coming into existence.
MIT. Everything cool comes out of MIT.
Yep. So, there are now robots similar to what Boston Dynamic, acquired by Google, had. But they have made algorithms so that these robots can hurdle and jump over obstacles by doing a few calculations. I think the article, just a couple. The article said that they have to take into account, pretty much what every normal person has to do. But you need sensors for detecting the obstacle, its size, where the device here, I think they're calling it a cheetah, has to be at the start of its jump, and then you have to be able to adjust the stride before it gets to that point, and then at the last one is going to be able to calculate the amount of force that the cheetah is going to have to use to propel itself over the object, which basically means this thing has a hell of a lot of sensors on it.
I'm pretty sure it's all sensors and power, basically.
Oh yeah.
You know, I want Amazon to use these instead of drones. That would be awesome.
That'd be
A
terrifying.
truck rolls up to your neighborhood
Yeah,
and just
would.
hundreds of these start running out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, you just like running through the streets.
makes me think of
That
one of
would
those zombie
actually be
movies.
pretty sweet. Like, if they delivered mail like this,
Mm.
like, if this thing could run fast enough, it just,
I
like,
mean, it
it
can
runs...
already beat Usain Bolt, right? So that's
Yeah.
what, like close to 30 miles an hour?
But how much power
Well,
would you
I'm
have to strap
sure that's
onto
not,
it?
like,
I want to say
extended
Usain
periods
Bolt
of
was
time.
like 25.
Either way, how much energy you have to put on it to allow it to get that far? I think you'd have to put on some
Yeah.
serious batteries.
Solar power.
Oof, it'd still be weighty.
No, I'm just kidding.
This thing's carrying like a solar cell behind it.
That'd be
Usain
interesting.
Bolt's average speed is like 23 miles per hour in the 200-meter sprint.
I wonder if he can maintain it longer.
No.
No, he's a sprinter, obviously.
No, like
Like-
200 meters, but could he,
Probably.
maintain like 20 miles per hour for 500 meters?
Well, I think he would just rather go
Maybe.
faster for 200
But when you get
meters.
Yeah.
when you get into the distances that like Amazon delivers stuff in miles, that's not a thing. Like
I don't know. I mean, if we're comparing this robot to Usain Bolt, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they both have a pretty short run distance.
yeah. Jesus.
Actually, it's kind of interesting. Like, we've had this. I'm pretty sure we've had the mechanical technology for a while.
Mhm.
It's all the computer science that's really pushing, making a robot jump further,
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, everything has
Well,
to come
I mean-
together.
Yeah.
It'll happen at some point. Maybe within our lifetime, maybe not. We'll see.
I, for one, welcome our robot
robot.
overlords. It was a comment on
Yeah.
the article, and I had to say it.
Yeah.
The guy replied back with 010100111101.
Oh, you nerd.
The people that can actually read.
I don't think you have any room to talk.
Oh,
I went
Mr.
outside
Aerospace.
yesterday. I'm good.
I did too. Don't give me that. I spent like 5 hours.
I went outside a couple of days ago, I think. I've seen the sun this week, I
Oh,
swear.
jeez.
It's right out my window.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, it's there.
Oh, man. I just had to
I
check.
checked
As
to
you
make
pull
sure
the
it's
blind
there.
back down.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Hasn't exploded yet. We're not dying.
I wonder if these.
Yeah, no,
I wonder what
we're a ways away.
Let me look it up.
CNN doesn't have to play their doomsday thing. They actually have.
They probably will, though.
Yeah, it was on a Good Mythical Morning episode I saw a while back.
I love that show.
Yeah, and essentially somebody leaked that CNN had an end of the world apocalypse video that they would play at the end of the world. It's just
You
hilarious.
gotta be
The end of the
prepared,
world.
you know?
You don't have to play
It's
it
like
yet.
people are gonna be watching. Gotta keep those ratings up,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you know? Well, the sun is enveloping the planet, or the heat
Yeah,
death
I'm
of the
sure in a
universe, or whatever
billion
it is
years
that
from
happens.
now, CNN will still be our source for factual and non-biased information.
No, it'll be Fox.
Yep,
It'll be
yep.
Fox. That's
Yeah.
Now, Fox is where I go for the entertainment.
Yeah. On a side note, since we brought up Good Mythical Morning, do you guys watch Good Mythical
Is that
Morning?
Rhett and Link?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
I've
don't
heard of it.
keep up with it, but like once a week I'll go through and watch a bunch of the videos.
Every day.
They're fun.
Every day during the school year, as I would get ready, I'd have that playing in the background. But they were doing this. It was a fundraiser or whatever. They found a fundraiser for like Canadian soda. What was that? Something?
It was God, can't remember.
I
Splurge?
No. Here,
Is that even a thing?
I ended up ordering it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Well, who's made of money?
I'm not made of money. No,
Kmart?
it was like $20. It was so cheap. For like a case of it. I'm gonna find this name. It's in my inbox. I have to.
What is
I
it?
have to find. Clearly Canadian.
Yeah, that was it.
It's this soda, that they sold in the U.S., but it was apparently Canadian soda. And they basically stopped producing it a while ago. And on one Good Mythical
it's
Morning, Rhett and Link found. I think it was a Good Mythical More, but they found.
It's like flavored water.
Yeah,
stuff?
they
Okay.
found a fundraiser that Clearly Canadian was running to bring it back, and I think like they were like edging closer and closer to the end of the fundraiser, and then once Rhett and Link like told everyone to go support them, it was crazy how much they got in such little time.
You can still pre-order it at Indiegogo.
Yeah, that kind of upsetted me because we were supposed to be getting these orders in like July-ish, and then they sent us an email 3 days ago is when it came in for me, and it said that they're extending the pre-order for 15 more days, 12 days now, and that's going to push back their delivery deadline to like August or September, which kind of
Whoa.
was upsetting. But it's fine. I mean,
You
more
know,
people...
I mean,
really
you should
wanna
have,
go-
instead of that, you should have just run a second run
Yeah.
of orders. That's silly.
Yeah.
I want to go through. You remember? Did you see the episode that they did where they tried all those different waters?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I want to try that black water.
That's yeah. We talked about that in class.
Yeah, we did. It's kind of.
I
It'd be
want to try
interesting.
it.
It's on Amazon.
Is it really?
You know what?
Yeah.
Next week, do you guys want to meet up?
Sure.
In real
It's
life?
JD, you're in
It's
Columbus.
$10
Yeah.
for a pack of two 16.9 ounce bottles. Of
Okay.
10-pack?
This is
black
what
water.
we're gonna do. Assuming that, I mean, Goro, do you feel like you
In
want to try some
real
black water?
life. Yeah, no, I'm down for that. I'm down for
Okay.
that.
So I'm gonna order some of these, and next week we're gonna try some of this black water.
All right.
yeah,
We're just gonna sit around and drink bottles of water.
It's
They're like,
black
"Oh, man."
water. Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna do
black
it.
water. Only
we're gonna
4
do
left
this
in
for the-
drink
stock.
the same water.
Are there really only 4 left?
If you go to the pack of 2.
Yeah, there are 4 left in stock, or 4 packs of 2.
Yeah, so you probably only need
But-
like 1 pack.
Or you can spend $45 and get a pack of 24,
Yeah.
or 26
no.
for a pack of 12, or 6.
Remember,
bucks
it's
for
really only water, so
Yeah.
It's
I wouldn't-
colored water with fulvic acid.
whatever.
Are these in glass bottles?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
that's
Fancy.
lost.
It's too
Okay,
fancy
so I'll
for
get
that.
3 of them for $13.70, and it'll be here.
I kind of want to get what is artesian
Artesian water?
Artesian?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Voss,
it's
is it?
it's water that I think comes from the fridge instead of the tap.
So it's like it's been run through at least one filter.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it is 16.9000 ounces.
It's funny is
That's a
I'm the
that's a
chemical
lot of
engineer.
trailing zeros.
I'm the chemical engineer. I should know what most of this stuff is, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. It's
Water.
also really
water.
funny because the topic was Boston Dynamic robots and
Oh
talking
crap!
about water.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, water's important.
Yeah.
Water's important too.
Geez.
Maybe our robot overlords will help us to not need to drink that water anymore,
Maybe.
and they'll just brainwash us all into thinking that we can live off.
I'd upload my brain into a robot.
010110111.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why I just did that.
Speaking of topics.
Are you okay?
Speaking of what?
Speaking of topics, the next one is that Dodge is teasing a concept car that looks kind of like a Viper.
A lot like a Viper.
A lot like a Viper.
Kinda looks out of my price range.
Yeah, yeah.
Tomahawk.
Price range?
All right.
If you have to ask, it's probably not for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No, I said it was
Have to
out.
ask
It
the
looks like it's out of my price range.
I know.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is.
If you have a price range, it's probably out of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But either way,
This
this
looks
thing
like
looks...
one of the kind of cars that they're going to make 6 of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like one of those E-Peen type of things. Like, oh, I have one, but if I had one, I don't think I'd ever drive it. Because I'd be too afraid of, like, scratching it.
Yeah.
If I had one, I would
Screw
probably
that.
just
If I
leave it
had
in my
one, I
garage
could've-
and like wash it
I could
every other
afford
day.
to get it fixed if I scratched it.
That's true.
If you could afford one.
Honestly, if I had one, I'd probably have like 70 other cars, and I would spend like all of my time doing nothing but like working on them.
I don't think you could fix it. If they only made like 6 of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
would they
Yeah.
carry extra parts, or would they be like, well, you're shit out of luck?
I would buy the factory that they used to make
Oh.
it, and then make my own parts.
If you're that rich.
On a-
Or I would buy Dodge, and then I would just make them build more.
There you go.
Just for you.
That's all you have to do.
They
And it's
named
coming
the
to
thing.
PlayStation 3. Is it just me, or is that last gen?
What are you talking about?
It's
PlayStation-
right
oh,
underneath the
GT6.
title.
Oh yeah.
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 Is GT6? Okay. Oh, it's a free DLC. Okay. I thought it was gonna be on like the next
Oh.
Gran Turismo, and I'm like,
So they named the thing the Dodge Tomahawk, which, funny enough, they've used. There was a Dodge Tomahawk before this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a motorcycle, a really badass looking motorcycle. There were 9 units ever made.
oh man, that is pretty badass.
Yeah. So, I guess I don't know why they
That's
reused the name.
funky.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
part of like a lineup.
I wouldn't call
It
that
might
a
be.
Tomahawk though. I don't. Whoever
Yeah.
came up with the name for that.
I'm sure
Maybe
that
it
they
just
have,
sounds cool to them.
I'm sure they have something else down the line that like makes this seem relevant to Tomahawks. Is it
Maybe you
Maybe.
get
Maybe it's
one.
the same engine.
maybe?
I hope
Wait,
not.
wait. Hold on a sec.
I mean, if that
Maybe
is
this
part
car
of
is
the vibe.
really
Is
2
a-
motorcycles.
There was what?
You get a motorcycle with the car.
It's a V10
No
in a
way.
motorcycle. The Dodge Tomahawk is a
What?
10-cylinder
Wait,
motorcycle.
Wow,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
the original Tomahawk.
Yes.
that's
Yes,
crazy.
the original. I think that might be why they're calling the new one a Tomahawk. Maybe it's the same
Hmm.
V10.
I mean, I would say they'd,
Maybe.
they'd probably put a
8.3
12
liter.
in.
90-degree V10. Whoa.
Huh.
Sold for
I could see them
$555,000.
doing like a turbocharged V10. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of companies are going for fewer cylinders and just putting turbochargers and stuff
Mhm.
on them,
Mhm.
which I guess gets you that nice sound when you're driving it. But
Either way, it's a cool innovation that Dodge is going through to push the industry
take apart a
forward.
motorcycle and put it in a
Even if
Yeah.
it's
It's a concept car.
Yeah.
Is the thing. So
concept car.
they're at least trying new things, which is good
It
considering.
makes me sad when they don't happen though.
Yeah. I mean, considering a lot of Dodge's vehicles look like other Dodge vehicles,
mhm.
it's good to see them making something a little different.
I think they're pulling themselves up a bit.
I think their reputation's a lot better than it used to be. I mean, that just being the standard like American made car.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm.
they've come a long way, but
Hmm.
oh wow, watch. Sorry, I keep peeking the microphone here. If you watch the YouTube video at the bottom of that Verge article,
Got a
the
ton
guy
of
driving it-
aerodynamic surfaces.
the what?
No, continue. Sorry. I was thinking to
I
myself.
was like, wait, what? The guy driving it has like a Halo suit on, not actually a Halo suit,
Like
on, but it's reminiscent, kind of, somewhat. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's like some weird spacesuit looking thing.
I mean, that's probably just because
Maybe it's water cooled.
for. That's
It's kind of
probably
what it
just
looks
because
like,
it's part
that
of the
thing on his
game.
back. I don't know what it is, but
Spine
That?
support?
I don't
have
know
no
why
idea.
a driver needs like body armor. Like
It
I
might-
get like leathers and like a flame retardant suit.
I mean, maybe it's
Maybe it
just
gets
that
hot.
fast. A V10
Yeah,
maybe.
fully carbon fiber? I mean,
Yeah, like any bugs you hit or like
Oh.
a bullet that goes through the windshield and hits you
No,
in the
it could be a
face, so-
compression suit,
that would
like
help with the Gs.
fighter pilots wear.
I don't know. What is that on his back though?
It could just be a brace.
Neck
It could be a
support.
tank.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe it's air.
Remember,
this
it's
is
a
a
3D
convertible.
render, so who knows? They could just
Yeah.
be putting stuff
no,
up there
it might
to
just be stylization.
Yeah.
Never mind.
make it look
Eh.
cooler.
There's a thing here that says that it must be an electric takeoff gas engine, sustained for best jump offline. What does that even mean? I'm not a big car guy.
It could be
Well,
that.
so,
Oh, okay.
the McLaren P1, I want to say, was similar. Like it's technically a hybrid,
Mhm.
and it basically uses the electric motor to jumpstart like off the starting line basically, and then
Mhm.
switches to the.
It might be because
the-
if you use an electric motor, you don't have to wait to spool up
Yeah.
your torque.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
get 100% of
Yeah.
your torque right off the bat.
That's the thing with Teslas, is that they have 100% torque straight
Yep.
from when you hit the gas pedal, which is really cool.
And any engine that's trying to output work using, like heat, like these motors are, it's going to take a little bit of time for them to ramp up to steady state and get the full force out of it.
Yeah.
And I assume with this type of car racing other cars, even a millisecond makes a difference.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
At this
Oh,
point,
yeah.
for whatever they're designing it for.
Mm.
Jeez. Alrighty. Next topic it is. as
So
the
more
discussion
cars.
Dwindles. Yeah,
Sort of,
more
yeah.
cars.
Well, these are
Not
a
as
lot
cool.
uglier, I think. Yeah.
These
So
are actual
Apple has-
cars.
Yeah. Apple
Here
has
they
been
exist.
putting out secret cars that I think for a couple of weeks now people were kind of confused why there were Apple cars driving around. Some people were saying that it was for the Project Titan. Before I say that, yeah, Project Titan, which is basically Apple trying to build a car. But now people are saying that it's for their Maps service. So
Yeah, I mean, I hope that wouldn't be what an Apple car looks like.
No.
How-
it's a Chrysler or something.
If
Terrifying
there's one
would it
thing you
be?
can count on Apple to do, it's to look pretty. But
Yeah.
my God.
I would hate to think that Apple would make a car because then it'd be like, oh, do you want a glove box? Sorry, you have to buy the new one of that.
Yeah, that'll
don't
be an
get a-
extra $1,700, please.
When has anything Apple ever been modular though? You'd have to buy a whole new car if you wanted a new glove box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. But
You're
either
like, oh,
way,
headlights out. Sorry, got to get a new car.
from the picture that they have, it looks like all of the sensors, and it looks like those are camera holes. A couple radar spots for GPS tracking.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I believe that those are just map cars.
But then again, this could also not be the car that people are seeing.
Right.
We don't know how
It's
factual.
just like some random Photoshop.
Who
Maybe it's a
knows?
drone.
Maybe.
Doing a heck of a drone.
Oh, really?
Not that I don't trust iDownload
Big.
blog, but
They're
Yeah,
they're usually pretty reputable. Like they've gotten interviews with higher ups at Apple before.
Yeah.
So back in my iOS or iOS Apple everything days, this was like the blog to go to.
I mean, that picture they show is the first thing to come up on Google Images when you search for Apple Maps cars. And it
Yeah,
looks like they got
yeah.
it from a few different angles.
it's also on The Verge. So,
Okay.
alright, we're good. It's not that I didn't
don't-
trust
I don't,
iDownload blog, but I didn't want to
It's
lose
Why
one
is this a
source.
big thing?
Why is this a big thing?
Yeah.
So this, in my mind, the first thing I thought was, okay, they're taking on Google Maps. Maybe not taking on Google Maps, but
But just trying not to suck at maps.
yeah. And I mean,
Pretty
I
good.
never, like, I heard all the horror stories when Apple Maps first launched about
Mhm.
making you drive in circles or whatever. But like,
or into an ocean.
yeah, like I never ran into stuff like that. Like,
It,
I don't
Those
know,
were
maybe
probably
that's
just,
just
like,
lucky.
it still is
This were
pretty
probably
good.
just like one-off.
I want to say
quirks.
it was okay in the U.S., but
Mm.
if you lived outside of the U.S., it was just like they didn't even try.
I mean, I still run into issues using my iPhone where it'll tell me to take a route that I know is longer than another route.
Is it updating for traffic though? Because I know
I have
Google
no
Maps
idea.
sometimes it keeps track of traffic by tracking the speed of all the Android phones on the road.
I don't think so.
Okay,
But
because sometimes mine will be like, "Hey, a shorter route to avoid traffic is available." And I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't tell me that
You know.
much information. It's just like,
No.
oh, do you want to take this
What
route?
do you use?
Typically just Apple Maps or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Just because it's convenient. And I tried to use Google Maps on this device and it just was not working well.
Yeah, Google doesn't really seem to like to play nice with different platforms
Yeah.
that aren't their
Yeah,
own.
especially
I know they
thought.
made.
Hold that thought
Go for it.
for the
Okay.
wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's our next topic anyway. We could lead
Yeah.
into that.
Wait, what is this magic? We're on
What?
time? We're not 20 minutes late?
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
That kind of upsets me. I don't want to be on time. We can just talk at the end of this for a bit.
Let's just start talking about water again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So H2O.
So
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Pretty good, huh?
Sustenance.
Bonding.
It's great.
Yeah. Hydrogen
I
bonding.
don't know, this whole Apple Maps thing. I thought it was a nice thing that they're trying to do to build reputation behind Apple Maps
Yeah.
and
If it comes
make up for the fact.
If it comes to fruition, then yeah, it'll be a cool thing to see how they compete and how Google then
Mhm.
changes their app to be new and innovative. Because there really hasn't been anything out there outside of like MapQuest to really
Right.
push them.
MapQuest. I haven't
I
heard
don't-
that in forever.
Oh really?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, so I love Nokia maps.
Okay.
No, seriously, they're fantastic. They were honestly, I would put them almost on par with Google Maps. But
Really?
since since there aren't as many Nokia devices as Android, they don't have the same traffic coverage
Gotcha.
that Google Maps has. But I had a Windows phone for years since Windows Phone 7 launched, and I never had a problem with a map.
Wow.
ever.
I love Androids just because with the implementation of Google Now kind of built into the phones,
Yeah.
if I tell it that it's allowed to scan through my emails or my Gmail emails for traffic itineraries or flights or
Yeah, I
something,
do love that.
Yeah.
it'll literally tell me hey, you should probably leave now because there is traffic.
Oh, that idea for the next topic. No, everything
Let's
that
just move to the next topic.
No. Everything you
Yes.
guys are bringing up is literally Google had this and they just made it better.
Oh yeah.
So
with
maybe
Google
we move
I/O.
on.
Yeah.
Google
Maybe
I/O
we
happened
go
this
next.
week.
So let's go ahead to the wildcard topic. It was Google I/O was held this week from Wednesday to Friday, and they announced a lot of things. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through all the things that they announced, and then we'll just go through whatever you guys want to go through.
I'm really
There's
surprised
a
this
lot.
ended up as a wild card, not its own topic.
Yeah, I know
There's a
because
lot of
I
stuff.
couldn't.
I think he
couldn't
just
find a
calls
good
the last
article.
topic
Yeah.
of the day the wild
I
card.
couldn't find a big one article topic, so I just wanted to throw everything into one. But
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
here we go. So first off, Android M developer preview, the new updated version of Google Cardboard, Project Brillo, family-friendly Google Play, Jump for VR, Google Maps for offline functionality, HBO Now coming this summer, Google Photos app,
Yes.
Android Pay, hands-free pay, fingerprint support, USB support on the next 2 Nexuses, Google Now on tap, the Android auto launch right before Google I/O, starting with the Hyundai Sonata, and finally Project Jacquard, an ATAP project. What sticks with you guys?
So, the name Android Pay kind of bothers me,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
Apple Pay. I liked Google Wallet.
Mhm.
You know, it's a good name, but I don't know. It just seems a little bit more reactionary now because they use the same name. I'm looking up a few of these things that
I'd like to point something out.
Go for it.
I'd say that all of us here are we we're pretty open-minded about Apple versus Android, but we definitely do have a preference.
I mean, yeah. But,
I'm assuming preference towards a
but
Google
I think
device.
we're not Apple's target.
Right. But what I'm pointing out, though, is, of course, we're not fanboys, but a big difference that I've seen to find is that Android fans will admit when Google fucks up.
Mm-hmm.
Apple fans will not when Apple fucks up.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah,
No.
I mean,
But
Apple is just such a big brand name. It's just like
Yeah.
Beats or any
biggest
other
company in the world, right?
any other Flash type company. Because they have the branding, that's all they need. They could charge whatever they want for literally the crap that they stepped on when they walked in the door, and people would
Right.
probably buy it.
Right.
It's just Apple.
Yeah.
Not saying that what they make is crap. Like, they have some
Well,
really
right.
cool innovation.
And I think
but
that, yeah, I think that the more like the openness of Android means that like Android fanboys will be more have more of an in-depth knowledge of like Android and its competitors, whereas like Apple is more of a like, you know,
It's an exclusive club.
regular people have.
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
Not like nerds.
yeah, I mean, some people
You
use
know.
Android because that's like the phone that they were able to purchase when it came to like updating their contract. But a lot of the power users on Android really know how to get into it and like dig down and find the settings that they want to change. Whereas you can't really do that on iOS. I mean, I've tried, but
Without, yeah.
even jailbreaking it doesn't get you
Yeah.
nearly as much as you get on Android devices.
Well, Android devices run Linux, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you literally can do whatever you want with them.
Yep. That's the great thing about it.
So some of these topics that Google talked about, some ones that jumped out to me that we also kind of started getting into was, I guess first off, the Google Now features. So Google Now on tap is basically it's computer knowledge, or there was a word for it, where the idea is Google Now before was giving you relevant information when the system thought that you needed it. Google Now on tap is now giving you the power to choose when you want it. So the idea is you could be listening to. They use the example of Skrillex, and they said, okay, so if you're listening to Skrillex and you're wondering who Skrillex actually is, what's his real name, I think it's a tap and then a hold on the home button,
Yeah.
and it pulls up Google Now, and you can say, what's his real name? And Google Now will now intelligently recognize, okay, so what's on the screen right now? Skrillex. So they must be referring to who this person is. And it's intelligent. It's the system intelligently being able to look at what's on your screen, and then find out what the question is. So it's taking words into account like it or him. Usually that's a fairly underdefined word, but the system can now recognize what that means.
You know what excites me the most out of all this stuff is HBO Now. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Really.
I just read that. I think what excites me is I just read that Android M phones will be running USB-C.
Yes, they have support for it, so manufacturers can still put out USB 2.
I don't think they will.
devices. I don't think they will.
They need a bigger selling point after Apple's whole Thunderbolt, Shazam, wow thing.
Apple's Thunderbolt is slower than USB
See.
3.1.
Yeah.
I don't
and
care about
USB-C.
speed.
Well, USB
I care about not breaking the little thing inside of the socket there.
Yeah.
Well, USB-C
Yeah.
is only a type of connector. It's not
Right,
actually
it's
based on 3.1 or 3.0, even though those are
Yeah.
the only ones that it's released on so
Right.
far.
But, I mean, I like the idea of you can stick it in either way, upside down, backwards, whatever.
Stop, Goro.
Yeah, that's nice.
Careful.
The charger, Gotham. The charger.
yeah, yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, geez.
No, the omnidirectionality of it is nice. Like, I've got my G3 in every single night. You know, when I go to plug my phone in before bed, I have to flip it over 3 or 4 times before I can plug it into the charger.
Yeah.
Like regardless of whether it's correct.
I don't like my HTC because I always feel like it's backwards. Like the little prongs on USB-B, I guess, micro.
Yeah.
They go in towards the front of the phone. And I always feel like it should be towards the back because that's what all my other phones have been.
Is the flat end towards the front or the back?
They're both flat ends. I mean.
No, I mean so part of the USB 2 connection is like it's like a curve, and then the other end is like a flat.
The curve is towards the back. The front is
that is
flat.
weird.
That's so the reason apparently for that was that starting with the Nexus 7 2013, Google changed the standard or something like that
Really?
for the flat end of USB. Yeah, for the flat end of the USB to face the front. So every single Nexus device since then has been in that orientation.
Interesting.
So OnePlus picked up that. Oppo technically also OnePlus picked up that. But I mean, I think Huawei did too. And I know I'm naming Chinese brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're starting to emerge in the U.S. I think they're trying to.
I mean, mine's in the back, and I have a power cell case on my phone, so I can do wireless charging. Because wireless charging is awesome, and I don't think I could ever go back. But
that really pisses me off that so many carriers take that out.
Yeah. I mean, I had to buy a special case that it ends up lengthening my phone, which is a little frustrating.
That's why they take it out, is so that they can charge you for the case.
Well, I think one of the other things is sorry to interrupt, but
You're good.
when I used to have Verizon and I wanted to do wireless charging on my Galaxy S3, there is support if you buy the right type of battery. But the problem with it becomes that you have to take out the battery is built into the NFC controller or something. So if you want a wireless charge, you lose the capability to use NFC.
Oh,
dependent on the device. So
I'm speaking specifically to my S3. I think
Yeah.
I don't remember 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what the issue was, and that's why I didn't switch my stuff around.
Yeah.
To be able to wirelessly charge.
Up until the S5, it was built into the battery, but I think other manufacturers like LG had it built into the back panel, the battery cover.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I've seen those around. I've been wondering if those are like the antenna or something, but that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
Either way, wireless charging is awesome, and it should be on everything.
Actually, I would love to be able to wirelessly charge.
It's so nice.
I miss it so much. My old one had that.
The M8 doesn't have it?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's metal, isn't it? That's why.
And the rounded back makes it difficult to implement that type of thing.
I mean, I wonder if I just touch
like
a battery to both ends. It is metal. Maybe it'll just...
Yeah. I know the Nexus 6 had it, but I know that there were some issues with placement on the charging mat and how particular you had to be.
Because it was rounded, it would slide. And
Yep.
So Android M also has support for fingerprint sensors. There wasn't much in terms of specifics on the type of fingerprint sensors it would support. I think if it replicates what the S6 does in terms of just tap and hold, or what the iPhone 5S, starting from the 5S, did, I think it would be great. But there weren't many specifics on that.
I think it's more of a future feature for them to put in newer phones. So it might not work on the Galaxy S6 that just came out, or the Nexus 6, but it might work on future phones that Nexus, whatever they call the next one, since they already have a Nexus 7. Those
720.
You know what
Well,
would
the
be
tablets
neat?
are 7. Yeah.
I
For
know.
what?
Go ahead.
I was saying for fingerprinting on future phones, you know how some laptops have those little scan bars? And you just kind of slide your finger over them?
Yeah, those have been around forever.
If you just put that in sideways into the side of your phone, where the SD or SIM card stuff go in.
It's a really good idea.
I don't know, I feel like it'd be more secure because you're getting the entire finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
I
if it's on
wonder
a table?
I wonder if
That's
that
true.
because it's on the side of the phone, cases would have to avoid that spot.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. But
What if What
how
if the
easily damaged would it be? Like, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
What if the
Talking is-
device is on a table? I think
pick it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I mean, yes. you can
Unless
pick
it's the
it up.
Galaxy 6 Edge.
Yeah, but I don't
And
want to pick
then-
up my phone. Oh, just get fingerprint scanning for your watch, for your smartwatch.
Oh,
and
there
it
we go.
unlocks your phone,
There you go.
and then you don't have to pick anything up.
Just
I
do
can't
some
remember-
biometric implantation and stick your phone in your arm.
Or you could
It
just stick
can never not be
an-
yours.
You could just stick an NFC chip in your arm. That actually might
there we
work
go.
today.
Yeah, just like wave your hand.
There was
over.
technology I think somebody was researching where
Mhm.
you implanted a chip into your finger and you could use it to buy stuff at the grocery store and whatnot.
Oh yeah, just like NFC payment.
Did you guys hear about the?
Yeah.
Someone's developing a phone. I can't remember who, but it uses the front camera as like an eye scanner, like a retina scanner.
Yeah, I have heard about that.
I can't remember who's doing it, but
Is it Android based?
I think so.
Iris
Yeah.
scanning.
Yeah, it was an iris scanning.
That
phone.
sounds like a Mac thing. It's there's on Mac rumors. That's the first thing that
LG
came up.
G5 rumors have already started with retinal scanner.
Yeah.
I don't like all this scanning stuff. Just let me type in my number.
Samsung's Exynos Twitter account tweeted out something about. It said security can be improved using features unique to us. That's what we envision. What would you use? And there's a picture
A
of
tongue print.
like an eyeball on the screen with like a scanner thing over it.
I think the next step for a lot of these companies, like maybe it's not the next flagship, but probably the one after that will have some sort of iris scanning technology that it's just something new and innovative that they can try.
Need like a really
I found an
nice
article.
front camera.
I mean, at this
Vivo
point,
X5 Pro. I think it's a Chinese company. Is said to be coming out with a smartphone with a 32 megapixel front camera and
What?
retina scanner capability.
Just have Nokia do it. You know, they do that already.
pretty
Mhm.
much.
I mean, the 1020 had what, a 41 megapixel camera?
Well, it
Yeah,
was
right.
using the
Flip it
software
around.
stuff, and I don't know how the software would change what your retina looks like.
Yeah.
Because it had like
This
the
phone
dual camera
actually,
thing.
this phone seems pretty good. It's it's still speculation, but they say it'll have a Snapdragon 8-core processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 6-inch display. I mean, sounds
6 inches is pretty big for a
sounds
display,
interesting.
I think. I had a
Yeah.
1520 for a while, and it was too much for me.
Hey, but if you have a 6-inch
No.
display, now you can use the new Google Cardboard.
Does it
Yeah.
not work with a 5.5 inch?
No, it does. It just works
Oh,
with
okay.
up to a 6-inch.
Oh, they
for the
didn't
new
support. Okay.
One. The older one didn't support up to 6
I need to
inches.
get a Google Cardboard head.
I thought about it, but I don't know.
I think
A friend of mine has it, and I've used it, and it's pretty cool. But cheaper than an Oculus Rift, I think.
if I had something that wasn't the iPhone 4S, I might do it. But I think the pixel density is just way too low for me to even try.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
And I don't think I'd
That's
be
sad.
able
It
to
really
download
bothers
it.
me that my phone has like a higher resolution than any other device that I own.
Yeah.
It's 1440p, right?
Yeah,
P3?
and my laptop is like what 1600 by 900,
Yeah.
I think, and then my desktop's just 1080p.
well, it is easier for them to give you higher resolution on your phones nowadays than buying it, I guess,
Because
for any.
that's the way that phone
hmm
makers compete now. It's just like how
Yeah.
many pixels can we mash into
Mhm.
it?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that
And it's
4K 5-inch display or
Oh.
whatever?
Don't even.
It,
That makes me.
Right.
You know what it reminds me of is like Gillette, just like
mhm.
5 blades. We're gonna put 7 blades on this razor. We're gonna
Yeah,
put
yeah.
96 blades on this razor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's exactly like that. Like you don't need that. You don't need a 4K display.
I feel
on a
like that would
5-inch
make me
screen. I
sick.
can't even see the individual
Mhm.
pixels on a 1440p screen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Like,
it's
I
the
can't-
race to more, and at some point it
Yeah.
has to stop.
Well,
America.
What's the battery life gonna be like?
Well, I don't think it was
7
on a
minutes,
phone.
10
I
minutes?
just think it was
Oh, okay, just a five.
somebody made it
4K
just to say that
oh,
they
okay,
could.
just to prove that you can.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They probably shouldn't have done that because now
Just
Samsung
like they
people are
made
gonna
the
pick up on that.
55-inch paper-thin TV. I can't remember where they announced it, but I think it was like an LG
Yeah.
TV.
LG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a paper-thin TV that's like bendable and all this stuff.
It's not.
Oh, it's
it's
the
not the
OLED
TV.
stuff?
It's
It's just the screen.
display.
It's
I
just the
think
display.
Yeah.
All the internal circuitry,
Yeah.
other than just the display, is going
It's
to be
OLED.
thicker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
organic.
it
light
might
emitting.
it might be like 2 centimeters thick.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like in the demonstration they did, the model was like lifting it off the wall, and it was bending, and you could see it physically bending.
Yeah.
And that's all fine and good, but I mean,
Yeah, but you need everything else to
Right.
bend with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
it's like phone manufacturers saying, "Look how like it was when they started combining the digitizer with the glass front panel,
Mhm.
and it was all one thing. They're like, oh yeah, like now phones are gonna be like this thin, and they're like,
You know what
and
a good example of this is the new MacBook.
Oh.
laminated display.
No, not the display. The fact that they only have one USB-C port on the
Yeah.
entire thing, and a 3.5mm headphone jack barely fits
Is
into
it
it.
sold
That was
well?
that was a test. From what I understand, I was reading up on that. Just like how the original MacBook Air was a test
Mhm.
to see if there was a market for a laptop.
Yeah.
Where you're limiting yourself on ports, you're limiting yourself on performance, but you get a portability thing out of it.
And battery life.
And battery life. It was a test.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing with the new MacBook to see, is there a market for
How-
something this small?
I don't think there will be.
How much is the new MacBook? Because I think that there
1500.
would be,
Yeah.
but maybe not at MacBook prices.
It's like 1,500. I think.
If you
I'll
gave
look
that
up
to
Yeah.
like a school kid, I could see it being viable for like maybe half
Maybe.
or third of that price.
Yeah, no, I would pay like $500 for something like
Mhm.
that. You know,
Or-
very limited, but like
Yeah.
just portable and lasts forever.
For
Yeah.
marginally more money, you could get so much more, or marginally
Marginally
more
more-
weight. Sorry, not money.
Yeah,
weight.
no,
You could get
significantly less
so much
money.
more in there.
Marginally more weight.
But like for $1,500, I'd rather buy like a Yoga Pro from Lenovo.
I really
And get,
love
like,
my
all
old
that flipping.
Yoga.
Price correction on the MacBook. It starts at 1,300.
That's
For the base.
Still out of my price range.
It doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah.
To
You-
poor college kids, that's the same.
Even if it's a test, like the race to smaller and smaller things is going to limit the number of ports and access, which is okay if everything is wireless. But
It's hilarious. Our computers are
have
getting
it.
smaller, and our phones are now getting bigger again.
Well,
Yeah,
eventually they're gonna be one thing, right?
Yeah, no. Then that's when we'll realize that this is what tablets should have been.
Windows
all along.
10
There we
and
go.
how you can
I am
freaking plug a
so
display
pumped.
into your Windows phone and it runs full desktop Windows 10.
I think I'm gonna go back to Windows Phone with Windows 10.
Like it
I
looks
don't know.
amazing. I've actually used the
Yeah.
developer preview for a little while. I have it on my laptop,
Mhm.
and it looks really good. Project Spartan runs really, really well.
It's Edge now.
Yes, Edge.
They
Sorry,
gave it an
Microsoft Edge.
official name. Yeah.
But either way, like with that having like 6 or 7 tabs open, I was only running at like 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. Whereas if I did the same thing in Windows 7 with Chrome, I'd be at
Oh
like
my
3 or
God.
4 gigs easy.
I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got like 8 tabs open. Let's see. If my oh man. So Google Chrome
I'm sitting at
is
4.
using Google Chrome actually isn't using a ton. Oh wait, no. So I've got like 20 different Google Chrome tabs
Yep,
open,
yep.
and I think overall I'm probably using like 3 gigs, 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
I
so
also
it's
I
just
told
running
Google
well.
to stop running when
Yeah.
when it was closed.
Mhm.
So like stop running in the background.
Yeah.
So right now I'm only using like 128 megabytes
Yeah.
for 3 tabs.
If you do
See,
that,
this
it's
is why
really
I
good.
put a bunch of extra RAM in my computers because I never have fewer than like 8 tabs
Mm-hmm.
open.
Well,
I just scroll down Reddit and open everything I see.
the program
and then go.
the program he's talking about, it actually like disables that tab but leaves it open, so you can still.
Oh, is it the Great Suspender thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it, but I've been skipping between my tabs so much during this that none of them are suspended right now. I should probably do that with a few of these.
I tried to use it for a while, but I just couldn't stand the load up time. That was again on my laptop, which is much slower. But
yeah, no, it's fine on desktop. I like it.
Either way, it seems like Windows 10 will be bringing a lot of very cool things with it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And directs.
I'm really excited for all the stuff that Microsoft's doing recently.
When is the launch of 10? There was a CEO.
November.
I want to say it was like summer, like July or
From the updates.
I thought it was later in the quarter.
Yeah.
Or year.
I think they were originally going to do that, but I think that they might be ahead of schedule.
I think we might see it this fall, maybe for the time of school.
I mean, I can
laptop
text
season,
my dad and ask.
but I can't see it.
Maybe.
Out. I can't see it coming out in the next couple months with some of the bugs that people have been noticing on Windows 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was supposed to come out for school...
Ooh.
Hello? What?
Whoa.
Sorry.
Gotham.
Oh no.
Gotham, just mute your computer. Just the entire thing.
Just unplug the speakers.
Oh no.
Just take the little thing that has the circle, and then the little thing that has the line underneath it, and then flip it. And then goodbye.
Just
I'll see you tomorrow.
unplug your computer from the wall.
Wait,
Please.
the little thing that has
On the back of your power supply.
You mean turn it off?
Yeah,
Just
that's what I was getting
switch
at.
at the bottom of your computer.
Power supply, just flip that little button, and then
Oh no.
We'll sit here and talk about water some more.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
be a
I
good
like
time.
drinking water from time to time.
Every once in a while it can be good.
I feel
On a
like
side
it
note-
keeps me alive.
Throughout this entire podcast, we I mean I think we've talked about this before, but we share there's a Google Doc that we all look off of to keep up on the topics, and it's interesting seeing where everybody's cursor is as we're talking. Like I saw Brandon was talking about I think we were on the Dodge concept car topic, and Brandon was like looking at stuff down in like the Google I/O stuff. Like, what are you doing? I wish I could screen record what I'm seeing right now.
There wasn't a lot of info on the car though. So.
Everybody's like sporadically clicking all over the place.
I am going in a line, okay?
Okay,
All right,
Mr. Aokies.
Oh jeez. Summer JKJKL.
Oh, so the estimated date for Windows 10 is July or August.
Really?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll probably see
I
it
feel like-
released on like the student laptops that come out around that time period.
Wouldn't they
Yeah.
already be marketing it though? Like it's July. If you're gonna buy your kid a laptop, you probably look a month in advance maybe? I would look,
No.
now.
Well, either way, everybody's getting
I
a
look-
free update if you're on Windows 7
I look
or
a
8.
few hours in advance.
That's true.
So like,
for buying stuff.
I don't see how big of a deal it's going to be if they give a large release time frame,
Mhm.
because
Well,
if you're going to
that's
get
like
the
a
update
selling
anyway.
point.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe
honestly,
that might be true.
They say July, August, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take until like September or
October.
I think also it's
You know.
it's a good selling point.
Mhm.
And
It
I mean,
is.
it's not as bad in terms of why did somebody change my holy shit to Loyo? Anyway,
Language.
I completely lost my train of thought. I think that it's not as bad in terms of skinning as Android is,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
manufacturers still do have to skin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's
Clicking and dragging words around.
it'll also be nice for
Project
those that are
Google.
less tech savvy, because even though it will be a Windows update, to get the Windows 10 upgrade, you need to make sure that you have all your stuff backed up, and that you have all of your necessary files saved somewhere just in case. Because upgrading from Windows 8 to Windows 10, you might
Yeah.
lose everything.
I do so
Yeah,
much just
that'd
like
be
random. I have nothing that I need to like back up anymore. Besides,
Everything's
like,
on
my
Dropbox
school
that I care
documents.
about.
Yeah. Yeah, everything I need to keep I have on like my OneDrive or something.
Oh, yeah.
But like I can just like wipe my computer and reinstall Windows at any point and I'm fine. Same with my phone. I don't have anything that I need. Like You know, I just flash a new ROM every other week.
I'm just watching Goro change all the Google I/O topics. Fingerprint removal, hands full, Android debt, squat for VR, Project Bilbo,
Now that you've said it, I can't think of one for Hyundai. God dang it.
US board.
You know, maybe you should do a screen capture for our.
You know
Google
what?
Doc
I
next
may.
week.
Here, I'm gonna.
I tried to set
I'm
one
gonna
up
do a-
earlier. I couldn't.
You should just put a link to this Google Doc like on the
No, I'm gonna
YouTube description.
Screenshot, and right now, all that you guys see is what has happened to the Google Drive. Okay, back to video. Oh, jeez.
Either way, anything else you guys want to talk about?
Could always go back to drones.
Drones.
Drones again.
Drones.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm getting. The favorite
Oh,
topics for this.
Are you actually getting a
Podcast.
drone?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
I know
the
those-
actual
Okay.
the actual topics for this podcast are going to be drones. Are going to be water for this podcast. What was the big topic for last week?
Drones.
No, last week.
No, that's the week before. Last week, I haven't listened to it. But there's death rays.
Death
wobbly
rays.
wind
yes.
energy.
Oh yeah,
Pebble.
Penises.
Oculus won't block porn. I wish we would have talked about that
yeah.
this week. Because that is going to be a huge selling point.
Aren't you so glad I put that on there?
I am.
Yeah.
It was great opener material.
Wait, why did you give me a topic?
No,
right, you guys thought I was going to be there.
Yeah, that was the topic you had on there.
I like YouTube, the whole YouTube HTML5 streaming because Flash is dead and needs to move on.
It's just good to see innovation in places that have been stagnant for a few years now.
Yeah. Alrighty, that was an interesting podcast.
I had fun.
No, it was a lot of fun. I always enjoy how much off topic we get with still staying on topic. Oculus Drift starring Vin Diesel. You need to stop.
Yeah, I didn't spell Diesel right, did I?
D-I-E-S. There you go. But anyway, guys, that was the TechnoCola. Oh wait, I need to do my radio voice. Let me get close to the microphone here. Oh, personal and sexual. Alright, guys, that was the TechnoCola podcast, episode 3. Hope you guys enjoyed listening. I can't do it. Let us know if you guys have any suggestions in terms of types of topics you guys want to hear. I think this is going to be the first podcast that I really, really push on social media. So hopefully we have a lot more people coming in next week. It was kind of abysmal. Our first week we had like 50 views in the first week for the first podcast. The second one last week we had like 12. So I don't know if you guys want to, but if you do, feel free to promote social media and whatever you guys want to. We should get let me get your Twitter handles too, and I'll put that stuff on there in the description, whatever too. But
To you.
Sure.
I don't tweet though.
Yeah.
Like I think my last tweet was okay. I think I've tweeted once this year, maybe.
Jeez.
No, I don't.
Well, we
tweet
can
much.
tweet this out on the Zenith Media Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
we have one of those.
How many followers do you guys have?
4.
Yeah, but then if you guys as individuals, valuable
The-
individuals,
And you could
The
retweet it.
audio only of episode 2 has 3 whole views on it.
Nice.
yeah,
Well, they're not really views then, are they?
yeah.
You know, my random like high school English project video that I put up here has like I like a month ago it got 100 views
Jeez.
somehow, and like I
Wow.
got like that little notification, you know,
Yeah.
saying like you have 100 views on a video, congratulations, and I'm like, what? Who's watching this?
Who's watching me?
Like I have one video on my YouTube channel, and it was we did like a reenactment of a short story, and it was just, you know, stupid and goofy.
Jeez.
But I guess people from like my high school class maybe.
I mean, a
Like,
teacher
people
could have
just,
brought
like,
it up.
stalk me and rewatch
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah. YouTube's weird like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my English teacher is using it as an example what not to do
What not to do.
for that project.
And played it 100 times to burn it into the souls of our students.
2 weeks
Yeah.
of class is gone.
It got a bunch. It got like 30 views like within like a couple of days because like the class liked it. You know, it was just stupid and funny, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Is there any last minute things you guys want to announce? Any updates?
980 Ti coming out June 2nd, supposedly.
Yeah.
I'm so upset because I have no money and I just
None of
got a
us have
970 like a few months ago.
I think I'm going to be good with my 980. And I'll stick with it for a while.
I have a 960, but
Yeah.
every day I'm a little more disappointed in it.
You'll be fine.
I
Oh
don't
man,
see
I
reason to
moved
change,
from a
but
560 Ti to the 970 and it's just
Yeah.
I
I
used
was
to have
blown away.
a GTS 540,
Nice.
not even a GTX.
It just means that you're going to be able to upgrade faster because you'll have more money in your bank account.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
okay.
spent it all.
So what does the Ti?
Oh, no. We're not getting into a big topic here.
Alright, we'll put this on next week.
Yeah,
Sorry.
next week. Find an
Sorry to
article.
our
980
Put it on.
Ti
viewers,
coming out. A bunch of new motherboards coming out with USB 3.1 spec on it.
Yeah, I might have to buy a new motherboard.
It's probably
Bought
not
a new
worth it.
motherboard.
Either way, we can cover it later.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything else in terms of big
Okay.
news,
Yeah.
but all right, that should be it. Now we're exactly where we were last week, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
We've been
All right,
wrapping up
guys,
for 10
that was
minutes.
that was the TechnoCola podcast episode 3. There'll be an audio version of this podcast also. We're going to be putting together the video, and I'll get an audio version up. You guys should start seeing this podcast on iTunes. Should also be able to find it on Podcaster and Stitcher Radio. Not SoundCloud because I don't want to pay for a subscription, but hopefully that should be a wide enough in terms of sources.
Yeah.
For you guys
But
to
what about iTunes?
What about? I said iTunes.
Did you? I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that was like the first one he said.
Good job.
You
Ah,
can find this on
Sorry.
iTunes.
Yeah. Alrighty. That's it for week 3. Join us next week on week 4 where things get
interesting.
interesting. I don't know.
Heated.
They should
I wanted
always
to
be
make
interesting.
Make a
Yeah.
pun, but you
Yeah.
didn't have any material.
We didn't have any materials
Well, I
yet.
mean, we don't really know what we're going to talk about
I
because we
do.
talk about stuff that happened that week.
Well,
Gotham's
hopefully
playing our
next week
entire
we got
week out.
yeah.
Can you like see into the future?
Yes, sir.
Well, if they actually release the
I am your
980
robot
Ti,
overlord.
then we will actually
Yeah.
get some.
I'm going to talk about
information.
that anyway. I'm writing that down now.
Yeah. Put
Hey,
it on,
hey,
put it on the
yeah.
doc. Make a new document.
Do we have a document?
No, you can make one.
Hey, if you want to talk about
Uh,
computer tech, I got you.
Yeah.
I've spent.
There
Yeah,
we
man,
go.
I'll-
Maybe we should just do a podcast while we walk through Micro Center.
Whoa!
Bad idea.
Totally should.
That is a
Bad
good
Let's just all go
idea.
to Micro Center and just walk around
Wait.
with like little
For the
cameras.
No.
Recording.
Wait, in all seriousness,
For the sake
we
of
should
my
make a
wallet.
trip down there and just make a YouTube video. of
I need to
walking.
buy a new an SSD for my desktop.
Let's make
I'm
a
too
date.
lazy.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's make a date.
Gotham, are you asking
you
me
guys
out?
can go do it.
Yes.
I'm not driving 2.5 hours.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I made
That's-
a week 4. I think. I don't
Have
know.
we,
if I
have
We
we
did an
finished
after
this?
show.
Like it is.
No, this
Is this
podcast is
officially
still
over?
running. Let's
we
go
should
ahead and
do
close
an
out.
after show. Can I stop recording now?
All right.
Yeah,
All
maybe
right,
we
thanks for
stop
listening,
recording.
guys. That was episode 3. As I said, the 3rd time for now. So hopefully you guys listen in next week. Thanks for listening in, and we'll see you in a week. You guys want to say bye?
Bye.
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 Peace out. Wait, Goro, you have to do
I
your
did it.
shooting.
I
the
just
there
did
you
it.
go.
We're good.
Oh, you shot it. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys next week.